Okay, I'm just gonna assume that it's okay. So, hi everyone, my name is Adela, and today I'll firstly be going through some general HKU engineering related things that I think will be important for incoming students before sharing a little about myself and some of my experiences in the engineering faculty. So, first thing I want to touch on is some details about the faculty and program info. So personally, I'm in the Bachelor of Engineering in Engineering Science, and I'm majoring in environmental engineering. So some details is that the engineering program is mostly a 4-year program unless you do like a special kind of different program, but generally it's 4 years. And the curriculum structure involves UG5 requirements, courses for your major, and elective courses. And overall, you'll need to fulfill 240 credits to be eligible for graduation. There's also this advanced standing that you can apply for, and you'll be eligible if you have 7 years of high school experience. And more details can be found by contacting the academic advising office just to see, for example, if you're eligible and whatnot. So more on the curriculum structure, I'll go through this relatively quickly. So you have the UG5 requirements, courses for your major, and three electives. So for a major in engineering science, in the table above, you can see the 5 main categories of classes that you'll need to take. And I know that it seems like a lot, but really everything's covered in the syllabus that HKU provides us as, engineering students. So if you just check the syllabus that HKU's created for your specific major, everything will be given there in a really neat and organized table. So I've included the link to check your syllabi here at the bottom of the slide. Or maybe if you guys want a link, I can send it to you later. As for the free electives part, I think this is kind of the funner part because you can decide to take any courses that you want. So if you're majoring in engineering science, you'll have 90 free elective credits, which means that you can take up a second major or 2 minors or even just whatever class that you find to be interesting. So as I mentioned before, I'm majoring in environmental engineering and I'm taking a minor in environmental science and possibly another minor in philosophy or gender studies. So the pros of being an engineering science student is that you'll have a lot of freedom in terms of organizing and planning out your own study plan. So this could be good for you if you have a clear idea of what you'd like to do in university. But it's also okay if you don't, because you can always figure it out while you're in uni, which is personally what I'm doing right now. Also, once you're enrolled in HKU as an engineering student, you'll be assigned to your own academic advisor from the engineering faculty. So it'll be mandatory to meet your academic advisor at least once or twice while you're a first-year student at HKU. So this, plus the fact that you'll have general advisors from the academic advising office, I typically go to Miss Wendy, means that if you ever have any doubts about your major or curriculum, or you want to do like a combination, this major and this minor, or etc., you'll be able to ask someone for their expert advice. The academic advising office has really helped me with sorting out a lot of doubts that I had about how I should spend my free elective credits, and I think that they'll definitely be able to help you guys out too while you're in your first year. So next I'll go over some of the features specific to the engineering faculty. The first thing is facilities and our labs. So we have a faculty-based computer library room, and we have multiple of these, and these are specific and catered for engineering students. So it's honestly really great because it's much more secluded and less crowded. So if you're someone who can't focus in crowded areas, or if you're really trying to focus, you might want to check out the engineering computer libraries instead of going to the main library or the Common Learning Center, where there's a lot of people usually. So for exchange opportunities, we have 2 application pathways when applying for exchange. The first one would be the faculty exchange program, and this is specific for engineering students. So you'll apply through the engineering exchange program, or you can apply through the HKU Worldwide Undergraduate Student Exchange Program. And lastly, research assistant opportunities. So as HKU students, professors may contact you during your 2nd, 3rd, or 4th year at HKU about a research assistant opportunity. And this is kind of more like special for engineering students because you are definitely more likely to be offered a research assistant opportunity. So more on exchange. The table I've included on the left-hand side here showcases all of the universities that are available for you to go to within the engineering pathway. So some key questions you might have about this is, what's the difference between the faculty-based program and the HKU worldwide program? So to clear this up, for the faculty program, it's kind of much more limited, but it's also much less competitive since you're only competing for spots against those in the engineering faculty. Whereas for the worldwide scheme, you have much more choices, but it's also much more competitive. So for example, if you're trying to apply to Columbia University, there's only 2 vacancies available for students from all faculties. So you can imagine how competitive applications will be while screening through students. But note that you can always apply for both schemes. It's just that in the end of the day, you can only pick one institution to go to exchange in. So secondly, what about the program fee? Do I need to pay the school fee of the school I'll go to exchange in? So during exchange, you'll be paying the same amount as the HKU school fee. However, for accommodations and overall living costs, you'll need to adjust your financial expectations based on the country that you want to be staying in. So for example, the lodging fee for Berkeley is like, I think 10 to 20,000 USD per year, or ballpark. And that's a huge difference compared to HKU's lodging fee of just 15,000 Hong Kong dollars per year. And lastly, what's the difference between exchange and summer exchange program? So going on exchange is different than enrolling into a summer program. A summer program is one where you'll typically have to pay an additional fee to enroll into, and this fee varies from one institution to another. The key difference here is that summer exchange programs take place during the summer, and this can be seen as an additional or kind of optional part of your university experience, whereas going on exchange can be seen as a more quote-unquote natural part of your uni experience. But I also want to talk about how some engineering students choose not to go on exchange, and this may be because they feel a lot of pressure because they have a lot of course requirements. As engineering students, we do have a lot of requirements for our respective majors. But all I have to say about this is, if you plan out your exchange properly, and if you think about the credit transfers, and if you just plan everything out very thoroughly, then you're not taking that big of a risk as you're thinking. So nextly, some details about the research assistant opportunities. So on the left here is an email that I got from an HKU professor, Dr. Anderson Shum, and he just emailed me out of the blue. So some points to note is that as engineering students in HKU, you'll automatically be exposed to many opportunities for part-time research. And fun fact, the Dean of HKU has set aside a Dean's Fund to partially support the salary of students working as part-time student research assistants. So while you're gaining experience, you'll also be earning some money. And these positions are available for students who have an accumulative GPA above 3.0 and a suitable supervisor for the project. So sometimes professors may personally email you for a research assistant opportunity spot, but sometimes maybe you can take initiative and contact the professors yourselves to see if they're in need of any assistance. So with any luck, maybe the professor that you've contacted is actually in need of an assistant at the time, and you just get the job. So lastly, I want to touch on some future plans and personal endeavors that I have. But before that, I want to talk about how you can like keep a proper study plan and why it's important. So as an engineering student, you know that you have a lot of classes to take while in your 4 years in HKU. So my advice would be to update your study plan whenever you have time, and this will help you manage your courses, and it's very helpful in keeping track of your progress throughout the years. As I said, like engineering majors, we do have a lot of courses. So planning out the classes that you're going to take in your first semester and your second semester, it'll be really important so that you can keep track of the classes that you've taken. And this is especially important if you have prerequisites for certain classes. So, like if you have a prerequisite for a certain class, you want to take that prerequisite in your first semester. So that's just one example. In general, it's helpful, but to bring it all back, it'll be especially helpful when you're planning out your exchange. So speaking of exchange, in the second semester of the coming year, I'll be going on exchange to UBC in Canada. So this coming summer break, I'll need to sort out and decide which classes I want to be taking on exchange and which classes I want to take in HKU. So since all of your classes will be on pass-fail, which means that your GPA will be frozen for the duration that you're on exchange, some engineering majors that I know, they go about it in different ways. So the first way would be to take all of the hard engineering classes while you're on exchange, since it won't affect your GPA, right? All you have to do is pass. So that's just one option. The other option would be to take all of the easy classes, so you can really spend your semester abroad doing all the traveling you'd like, or like other fun stuff without worrying about failing any courses. The last option, which is most likely what I'll be doing, is to do a mix of the first and second option so that your semester will overall be balanced. It won't feel like you're stressed out all the time because of all the hard, technical classes that you're taking, but it also won't feel like you're not being quote unquote productive this semester. And lastly, so my other future plans include settling the part-time research assistant position with Dr. Shum. And since the semester's moved online, we need to decide what happens now. Secondly, like I'll keep working as a student ambassador or data collector at GoodNotes, which is an internship opportunity that I gained through CEDARS's daily careers bulletin board. And this is like a newsletter that you'll get every day about new potential opportunities that HKU offers. And lastly, I'm going to be waiting for news regarding the HKETO internship, which is the Hong Kong Economic and Trade Office in Jakarta, which is also something that I applied through CEDARS's daily careers bulletin board. So that's all I have for you guys today, and thank you so much for listening.
All right, so hi everyone. All right, so hi everyone. My name is Oshi and I am from the Faculty of Engineering from class of 23. I'm going to be sharing my experiences regarding the engineering program. So the topics that I'll cover are going to be the different departments under the engineering faculty and how engineering faculty is going to help you to narrow down to one department, the curriculum activities and programs available, and the future that lies ahead. All right, so what are the departments available under the Faculty of Engineering? I'll very quickly touch upon all of them. We have departments of civil engineering. Over the years, civil engineering remains one of the most popular departments and the pillar of engineering in Hong Kong. The graduates from this department are responsible for many of the infrastructure projects in Hong Kong. Then we have Department of Computer Science, which is the youngest but the fastest developing department in the faculty with top-notch facilities and curriculum. We have Department of Electrical and Electronic Engineering, which is one of the largest departments in the University of Hong Kong. It covers electrical, electronic, computer, and information engineering all under one roof, providing plenty of opportunities for cross-interaction, both in terms of teaching and research. Then we have Department of Industrial and Manufacturing Systems Engineering, which is for providing expertise in the design of integrated industrial systems for the technological advancement of the community. Then we have the Department of Mechanical Engineering, which conducts a lot of research and teaching in many important fields, including aeronautical engineering, biomedical engineering, control, energy and environment, mechanics, materials, and nanotechnology. It is actually one of the most sought after fields in the Faculty of Engineering, so it's definitely very competitive. Last but not the least, we have the Biomedical Engineering program, which combines biomedicine with the engineering aspects to train a new generation of biomedical engineers who can apply analysis to understand the working principle of living systems. The faculty has designed novel solutions to address unmet needs of biomedicine. Next, we talk about what are the unique things about the program. Firstly, the best things about BEng program at Hong Kong U is that unlike other many universities, you don't go initially pre-decided about your major. So that means that the first year has a common curriculum for all the disciplines irrespective of your major. That involves a variety of courses like advanced math courses like calculus, differentiation, linear algebra, probability, statistics, physics courses like mechanics, electricity, thermofluids, and even basic CS courses like programming in C++, C, Python. So whether you are a CS major or not, or whether you are a mechanical or a physics related major or not, you will be exposed to all these topics in your first year. And we also have this wonderful course, Engineering 1320, Engineering in the Modern World, in which we, as a team, come up with a novel idea or a project that can improve the lives of people in Hong Kong or across the world. It's a great experience because you're, exposed to entrepreneurship as well as innovation in your first freshman year. So secondly, I would say that there's such a holistic experience in the freshman year exposes you to a variety of topics to pique your interest in and makes you succinct in the essentials of knowledge required as an engineer. The second semester has a lot of labs to put the theory that you learn throughout the year into practice. Third, the field visits. There are multiple field visits that are offered by the respective departments. You can register for by the emails that we keep on receiving occasionally to gain deeper insights and understanding about the department so you can choose your major more comprehensively. So you declare your major at the end of the first year and the specific courses, core courses related to your major start thereon, which means that being faculty offers a lot of resources for you to decide that where your forte and niche actually lies, what are your interests. It offers a lot of flexibility in terms of credits, so you can venture out into related other fields and do a minor as well, two minors, or even a double major. Then I'd like to talk about exchange opportunities. One of the best parts about engineering program is the HKU-Cambridge joint recruitment scheme, which is an agreement between HKU and Oxbridge. So it is specific for the Faculty of Engineering students. Under the HKU-Cambridge joint recruitment scheme, selected B engineering students study the first 2 years at HKU and continue the rest of their studies from third to fifth year at the University of Cambridge. Upon successful completion of the 5 years of credits, students will be conferred the Master of Engineering, the Bachelor of Arts degree from University of Cambridge, and the Bachelor of Engineering degree from Hong Kong U. So that's 3 degrees in 5 years from one of the world's most reputed universities. It is a competitive scheme though for high caliber students, and it has a comprehensive selection process right from a screening test to interview. Next, the student exchange program. Apart from the worldwide exchange program, we have our faculty exchange program as well, which we can join to study in prestigious countries like United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia for 1 academic year or semester. So then we have a lot of experiential learning, experiences, internship, and capstone. In HKU, experiential learning is regarded as an integral part of students' learning experience. An internship industrial training is compulsory for most of the BEng degree programs. Students normally spend 6 to 8 weeks in summers after their third year for study as internship. We have several industry training partners which include but are not limited to Civil and Engineering Department and Development Department, IBM, HSBC, Boeing Company, Hong Kong Electrical Gearman Construction Limited, etc. Then I'd like to talk about integrated work study program. So you can opt for integrated study work program where you can take a 6 to even 12-month internship in industry in accordance with the arrangements made by your home faculty or the department, and you will receive a salary as determined by the employer. And then apart from internship, we are encouraged to engage in social service projects and apply a professional knowledge to provide solutions to real world projects. For this, we have several opportunities throughout the year that we can enroll in that deal with identifying, strategizing, and solving real life problems. For example, we had a Disneyland visit that was facilitated by the Department of Industrial Engineering, where we understood how industrial engineering shapes the park and impacts the operations. We also had a chance to see the scene behind to understand how the rides and attractions are managed from the perspective of industrial engineering. Next, we have Capstone. Capstone facilitates the students to integrate and apply knowledge and skills that they have learned from their undergraduate studies into different forms of capstone experience, like research project, research paper, thesis, internship, senior level courses, etc. Then one of the major bonuses is the undergraduate research fellowship program. So the URFP program is one of the biggest strengths of the being faculty, and was firstly for me was a great deciding factor for HKU. It offers opportunities for academically strong students to undertake extensive research under the guidance and supervision of academicians who have a strong research track record and are some of the best people in their fields. You receive a research internship award of up to 40,000 Hong Kong dollars if you're conducting your research abroad, or 15,000 Hong Kong dollars if your research is in mainland China or Hong Kong. Time and again, as we can see in the picture, which gives a very clear idea, the students of URPF have worked on stellar cutting edge projects like a life-sized robot and have attracted fundings and attention from all over Hong Kong and world. So what are the other opportunities or facts about the Faculty of Engineering? So as you can see in the picture, the rankings of the engineering faculty are top notch. And the Faculty of Engineering at HKU is actually one of the most rapidly growing and advancing engineering faculties among universities across Asia and the world. The labs are not only huge sized with updated infrastructure, but also well equipped with the latest technology. Majority of assignments and projects that we have a lot of practical components apart from theory that are included in the continuous evaluation, and they're group based, which hone your communicative and leadership skills. The professors are extremely notable and distinguished. They're some of the most distinguished academicians and researchers in their fields, with many of them having made tremendous contributions in their discipline and have won many awards. The support system is extensive and tremendous, with the support of dedicated network of TAs, student assistant professors, etc. I have always had all of my queries and doubts solved, and the faculty is more than happy to help, and in fact encourages you to always come up with queries and questions. And the stellar employment rate, due to its comprehensive curriculum, which includes the modern topics as well, and the amazing faculty, HKU Engineering is regarded widely and reputed throughout the world. It has a near 100% employment rate after graduation, and it attracts top employers from HK and abroad, including the big four like Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, IBM, HSBC, etc. And lastly, there are so many opportunities that the growth potential of you as an individual is huge. There's lots of encouragement for your ideas, your projects, startup plans. Hong Kong U Faculty of Engineering supports creativity and is allied with several programs like the Hult Prize Foundation, the Innoving project, which is starting this year. And it helps you communicate your worthy ideas to bigger platforms and seek adequate funding and resources for the culmination of the project. So lastly, I'd say that the Faculty of Engineering has a plethora of practical on-hand experience and opportunities that allow you to try different things in your first year and even the continuing years, and help you discover what your strengths are, what's your forte, what's your niche. The faculty admits some of the brightest minds. The application process is competitive, you must have seen by now. So it keeps you grounded and motivated to come out of your comfort zone when all of your peers are so smart, and motivates you to extract all the resources. Overall, as a person who has completed a year in the university and has been exposed to a lot of opportunities, I'd say that personally it's a haven for nurturing your talents and discovering more along the way than the ones that already existed. If you want to make a difference in the world by utilizing both of the best worlds, the theoretical knowledge and the practical engineering applications, all the while having an extensive support system to back you up, this is the place for you. Welcome to Hong Kong U, and I hope to see you there, and feel free to contact me at ushiguri@hku.hk in case of any additional or specific queries. Thank you.
Right, hi guys. Hopefully you're still here by now, and I'll try to keep it short and concise. So, hi everyone, my name is Jonathan, and I'm a local student here in HKU, currently in the second year of study, and I major in computer science. So I entered HKU engineering through A levels. It's part of a non-JUPA scheme, but I think some of you might have taken the mainland examination system, or IB. So for the admission scores of that, you might want to check your offer or the website on the internet. So I am taking a double degree in engineering and business administration. My majors are computer science and wealth management, and I minor in mathematics as well. So for some more program details regarding engineering. So as we've mentioned before, the Bachelor of Engineering admission process is based on a general engineering admission, and you only get to declare your major in the second year. So you'll study your major for 3 years, and after that, you'll graduate upon completion of 240 credits, each of which is worth 6. It's a 4-year curriculum in total, one year of general engineering plus 3 years of your major. And the maximum in 4 years is 288 credits, sorry. So that amounts to around an average of 6 courses every semester. The typical entry requirements by then, 2 years ago, was 3 A's for A levels. I don't know if it has changed. You might want to check on the internet. So for a little bit more on a division of 240 credits, there are 36 credits of Common Core, which is some courses that will be studied across the whole university. There are some very general and essay-oriented courses. You can take it as something like general education from US universities. There's 18 credits, which is 3 courses of language requirements, one of which is Chinese and 2 of them is English. 42 credits of general engineering courses has something like, as mentioned, industrial engineering, computer science, electronics and mechanics, and so on. 54 credits of introductory and advanced core courses is based on what you choose as a major. For myself, I'm a computer science student, so those courses will include content such as algorithms, computer architecture, software engineering, networking, and so on. 12 credits of final year project is a project that you will do for a year, your last year of study. And an internship will be offered, and it's actually compulsory after your 3rd year of study. 36 credits of disciplinary electives is basically the courses offered by the Department of CS, and that amounts to 6 courses, but you can actually study more than that if you want. There are a lot of content such as machine learning, artificial intelligence, algorithms, more advanced ones, as well as some more practical subjects such as network, like World Wide Web programming, and so on. There's also quantum computing, which is kind of a little bit special here in HKU. There's 42 credits of free electives. Free electives refer to the courses that you can choose as long as they are offered by the university. If you want to study postgraduate courses, I think you might have to apply for special approval, but that is allowed here in HKU. Free electives are those mostly offered by undergraduates curriculum. They can be offered by any of the departments or faculties in HKU. So that's 7 courses in total, and this is 240 credits. So as for major and minors and for CS students, since there's 42 credits of free electives, there's a pretty huge flexibility for students in CS to declare a second major or a minor. Popular minor options are mathematics, statistics, risk management, and you can either take a major or a minor in information systems and finance, which is offered by the business and economics faculty. You can even take a double degree like me, which requires an extra year of study, but you'll take 2 years of, but you will take 2 degrees upon graduation, one from Faculty of Engineering and one from Business Administration. So these are the majors that you can choose if you want to take a degree in business. The CS department has GPU farms, Linux servers, as well as some laboratories to keep you engaged throughout your curriculum and your learning process. So hopefully that would be helpful for you. As for extracurricular activities, there are a lot of different societies, clubs, and events that will keep you pretty much packed in your university life and hopefully meaningful enough. There's an Engineering Society and Computer Science Association, which is a student-run organization under the Hong Kong University Student Union. And there are a lot of student-run unofficial clubs as well. I've heard clubs such as Robotics, Machine Learning Society, and so on. So I guess you might be able to get connections and get to work together on projects in CS. Extracurricular activities can also be a little bit more career-oriented if you're aware of. There are some campus helper programs from companies such as Google, Microsoft, and Oracle. And there is also an innovation wing, which was mentioned just now, and the innovation show. The innovation show is an annual display of outstanding engineering projects conducted by engineering undergrads and postgrads. And the innovation wing is a new department or a system that is, or an infrastructure, I would say, that will be completed by the end of this year. And I think if you end up studying here, it should be open when you're in. So it basically serves as something that encourages students to complete projects by distributing funds. The RoboMaster and RoboCon teams are the 2 most popular and sought after robotics team in HKU. They participate in annual events such as the robotics competition worldwide or in Asia. And last but not least, you have hackathons and case competitions, mostly from tech companies or a lot of business related corporations to give them solutions, to of course win prizes and brush up your CV. So for exchange opportunities, as we've mentioned before, it is either faculty-wide or university-wide. So for the faculty one, you can, it's only open to engineering students, which essentially means students under this faculty. And the HKU worldwide scheme is open to all undergrads in HKU, regardless of their departments. So of course that one will be, as you'd expect, a little bit more competitive. Exchange usually takes place in your 2nd year or 3rd year. It's normally not for 4th year students because you need to complete your final year project, and you have to apply 1 year beforehand. So yeah, there are a lot of prestigious schools or institutions, as you can see here in the list, from European schools like Oxbridge, UCL, and if you want to go to America, there's UC Berkeley, UCLA, Columbia, Chicago, and also Princeton, and so on. So that's a lot of options for you to make. If you're interested in a more mainland China-oriented career, then maybe you might want to go for Peking or Tsinghua. That's up to you. The HKU-Cambridge program, on the other hand, is not an exchange program, but a co-op program that allows you to study 2 years in HKU and complete 3 years of study in Cambridge, and you'll get 3 degrees upon completion. Okay, for internship opportunities, as we've mentioned before, there is a wide range of different internships and job opportunities for CS students. So first of all, we have iDendron, which is a platform in the University of Hong Kong, engaging different startups and entrepreneurs or students who are interested in entrepreneurship together. There's a scheme called Intern with Founder, which you can work with the founders of the companies. HKSCP and Cyberport are two major hubs for startups in Hong Kong. So obviously there are a lot of opportunities for CS students in that too. The Hong Kong government is also an option for locals. You can work in departments like the Hong Kong Observatory, where you can get exposed to a lot of modern technology. And yeah, a lot of departments in general require engineers as well. So tech giants are, of course, a little bit more competitive, but if you excel well here in HKU, which is kind of competitive, I think you might be able to land an internship in these companies as well. Accounting Big Four and investment banks are, one of the most popular and reputable options here in Hong Kong. They include Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs. I do know people doing internship here in the coming summer. And last but not least, you can work as a research assistant here in HKU, because there are a lot of research opportunities here in the university. And given that you have a strong academic background, you will be able to assist or even participate in research projects conducted by professors and postgraduates. So as for the career opportunities, after you graduate, you can, of course, pursue a postgraduate degree in engineering, especially in computer science or math-related subjects. So if you're interested in the academia, there are a lot of strong students who end up there. Software engineering and project managers is obviously one of the best options for CS graduates, as well as data scientists. So given the increasing demand in CS and specialists in this area, I think it has a pretty bright future. And last but not least, of course, as we've mentioned, entrepreneurship is an option for CS graduates. Just take a look at the Forbes. If you take a look at the Forbes richest entrepreneurs, and you not be surprised to find a lot of software engineers. And ranging from iDendron to Silicon Valley, we do have alumni and students landing in these areas, and of course the Greater Bay Area, which Hong Kong is part of it. Okay, so that's all from me. You can find this document here, and I hope you'll get to know more about this program and the career opportunities for CS. Thank you.